We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles an hour here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around two-thirds of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially at the infamous Wall of Champions. And watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and the final chicane. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the Iceman. As with all the drivers at this level, they have a lot of ambition. But Formula One's a daunting step up from any other series, so expectations are high right from the start.
That's right, it is a difficult environment to come into. In junior categories, you're competing against drivers with similar levels of experience. But some of these guys in Formula One have been there for over a decade. But I have to say, in this case, it's so far so good.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Verstappen, Iceman and Raikkonen, Bottas, Perez, Hülkenberg and Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen and Leclerc, Stroll, Gasly, Sergei Sirotkin and Brendan Hartley. Van Dorn and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Lights out and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. And as I get a good dive down inside, I contact my teammate, and there's more contact with the two Red Bulls. There's contact again with myself and Max Verstappen. Go round into the first corner. And there's more contact with myself and Daniel Ricciardo. We get a quick corner.
The front wing, you've taken some minor damage.
And we're up into P3 on lap 1 of 18 of the Canadian Grand Prix. We are expecting some light rain showers in the next couple of minutes. Light rain to come. And Ricciardo is sitting a astonishing pace behind us, and he is keeping us on the track quite well. So in first place is Lewis Hamilton, who is a couple of seconds, so the gap is 3 seconds to Lewis Hamilton, and it's just 2 tenths down to Daniel Ricciardo. And we are here at the Montreal Gilles Villeneuve circuit. So we're coming around the DRS straight towards the Wall of Champions, which is famous for all the champions crashing into it. And Vettel sets the fast lap of a 1:19. And we are on to lap 2. So behind us is Kimi Raikkonen, who is trying to overtake us into P3. Ahead of us is Lewis Hamilton, and the race leader is Sebastian Vettel in the other Ferrari. Go around the dark, gloomy section of the circuit. Got the corner there, but that. So on the championship side of the upgrades, we still have the major coming for France, which is an engine, and that will make us slightly more racy in the next round, and hopefully we'll try and score a few more points and maybe the 25 for the win. We'll have to wait and see till then. We make contact with the wall, so now we'll have to have a front wing change, and the rain has started. We have got the rain conditions in this race. If the rain falls heavily, it will look like that all the cars will dive into the pits at the same time, and we get our corner cutting warning, and DRS will be activated.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
But I don't see the DRS being activated for much longer, because it could be deactivated by the end of the race, or by the end of the lap, if the rain gets heavier. So we are coming towards the intermediate conditions if the rain keeps falling as it is. And the track is a little bit impossible, and Bottas just overtook us, but we overtook Bottas, and DRS has been disabled, and we have got the pit in lap 3 for the intermediates because the rain is falling that heavily. So most of the grid, if not all the grid, will be hopping into the pits in lap 3 or lap 4, and then these times take us to the end of the race. And we have just been re-overtaken by Montreal Bottas, but that doesn't matter because we are in front of our teammate Nico Hülkenberg, and we are in the pits first. So Nico Hülkenberg will do a whole lap of the Montreal circuit before hopping back in to the pits. And we are at the pit structure now. And we'll have to have a front wing change. We have to turn to our front wing. And the Renault pit stop. The front wing change is a bit slower. And we are on intermediates. And we have been held up by some other cars. The Toro Rosso of Brendan Hartley is pitting for the intermediates as well. As a quick shot from Toro Rosso. And we are on with Charles Leclerc in the Sauber. Back on board ourselves. We are in 15th with Pierre Gasly behind us and Lance Stroll in front of us. But I don't see Lance Stroll being in front of us for much longer because we have a much faster car than Lance Stroll. So heavy rain will fall in about half an hour's time, but the race will be finished by the time the heavy rain turns up to this Grand Prix. So we had some more pit stops on lap 4. The people at current pit in lap 3 because their teammates would have held them up and they would have been out of the race. So we have front wing damage from hitting Lance Stroll.
It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
So hopefully we can get a good run down. And Nico Hülkenberg is in the pits. He has good pit for the ultra soft or the intermediates after doing a lap extra on the hyper soft. That is a nice slick stop from the Renault Sport team. And he'll come out just behind ourselves. And ourselves is just ahead, and we're in P8 behind Kimi Raikkonen and in front of Lance Stroll after we got the overtakes done onto the DRS straight. So we're on lap 5.
Is 2.1 seconds. We're at +1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target +1. our teammate by 4.7 seconds. Okay, gap ahead is 5.5 seconds. That we're on the right tyres at the moment. Okay, you have wing.
The rain is really falling here on the circuit on lap 9. No, we're on lap 10 now, and we are in P7 with Sergio Perez in front of us and Esteban Ocon behind us. So currently we're in P8 on lap 10, and the rain is falling, well, very heavily, and these intermediate tyres might not be able to hold any more laps. We have 8 laps left. And we might still run out of engine fuel. Still, we could have a DNF from A1 in the second. Lap 10.
laps at least before you start feeling too many tyre issues. They seem in good condition for the time being. The gap to the car ahead is 7.8 seconds. They have some kind of mechanical problem. Our gap behind is 1.8 seconds. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Our gap to the car in front is 9.4 seconds. Gap to teammate behind is 2.7 seconds.
We're on lap 15 of 18. And we're in P8 with Fernando Alonso in front of us and Esteban Ocon, who is setting a challenge at us, and he's overtaken us and we re-overtake Esteban Ocon. Lap 15. 3 laps to go and we can still run out of fuel, and as I say, we can still have another DNF, because we have had no DNFs yet, we can still have a DNF.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
So currently we have Max Verstappen behind us, who is taking a charge in the Red Bull behind us. They come down the Diana straight towards the start-finish straight. So they're going quite bad with that. And there's caution.
Okay.
And there's a problem from the other Renault of Nico Hulkenberg, our teammate, is slowing down. He looks like to have an engine problem. His day has gone from bad to worse. And he is slowing down on the circuit. He's not happy, and he'll be not picking up any points for the Renault Sport team this weekend. And he has stopped. Nico Hulkenberg is out of the Canadian Grand Prix. That is bad news from the Renault Sport F1 team. And they will not be picking up many points, and their only chance of picking up points this weekend is from me. But if I ran out of fuel before the finish line, and they would definitely not be picking up any points at all. So lap 16, P8, Alonso is in front of us and Verstappen is behind us.
Nico's dropped out of the race. Yellow flag. Okay, gap ahead is 18.9 seconds. Final lap of the race.
So we're on the final lap of the Canadian Grand Prix, and our race winner is Sebastian Vettel. We're on lap 18 and we are currently in P8 with Fernando Alonso and Max Verstappen behind us. Taking the charge, and we are slowly running out of fuel. We will not be having a great end to our Canadian Grand Prix weekend. All we've got to do now is get to the finish line. And we have to go to the lean to try and get Max Verstappen back in this race. And we've run out of fuel, but we overtake Max Verstappen again. And we can't get any speed. And we have been overtaken by Esteban Ocon and Max Verstappen and Kevin Magnussen. So we're finishing in P12.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Sebastian Vettel, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm going to go for Marcus Ericsson. He's clearly got a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, and he's matured a lot over the past few seasons, which served him well today.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us.